moments away. The officiating crew, Jeff Clark, Keith Kimball, Nathan Farrell. A 3-game losing streak for Louisville, trying to snap that. And a week full of rumors surrounding Kenny Payne. Pepperdine coming off a win over UC San Diego. It is the second all-time meeting between the Cards and the Waves.
On the man-to-man defense, and this is where you'd like to go. Get it down inside to Huntley-Hatfield and see what he can do on the low post.
Here he is. To the post, reverse laying. Didn't get it to go, stays with it, follows with a bucket. Here's the starting five for Pepperdine, presented by Food Lion. Millette, Ajayi, Moore, Anderson, and Koulibaly, who's back for his third game after missing a lot of time with an injury.
And Louisville as well opens in the man-to-man. Nice collapsing defense there. Really good rotation. Brandon Huntley-Hatfield stepped out on the guard, and everybody scrambled around in the back. Really nice play.
Jumper, short corner is good. That was Millette. And the starting five for Louisville, presented by Food Lion. Johnson, White, Clark, James, and the aforementioned Huntley-Hatfield. A lot of youth in this lineup for Kenny Payne. Back to Huntley-Hatfield inside, blocked shot there. That was Koulibaly, Dan.
Well, Koulibaly is an excellent shot blocker, and this is one thing that Louisville has to try to avoid. Pepperdine is a team that likes to get out and go, and they can shoot the three in transition, particularly Millette. So you don't want to give them transition opportunities if you can avoid it.
Yeah, Millette can really fill it up. The junior from Alameda, California, already 5 points for him, a co-captain on the West Coast Conference preseason team. Had 19 in his last game. It's a really good offense that Lorenzo Romar has over there in Pepperdine.
Now, Millette is a guy who can shoot the ball. He shoots the ball very well from 2, from 3. He's an outstanding free throw shooter as well.
Tyler Johnson controlling the rock into the paint, kick out, good look from 3, knocked down by Mike James, the redshirt sophomore from Orlando.
Well, you see James there, he's not a great three-point shooter, but if he can catch and shoot with some room, he can be pretty effective.
Ajayi, no good, rebound. Clark, quick to the basket, aggressive move. It was knocked out of bounds. And we talk about Lorenzo Romar, the former Washington coach, now at Pepperdine, his second stint with the Waves. Dan, it's a guy who's been around the game for a very long time.
Yeah, he really has. He knows what he's doing as a coach, and his team has had some injuries this year, which has slowed him down, and that is a great job inside. That's why Tyler Johnson is in the game. He passes the ball very well. Louisville is looking for better passing, and they certainly got it there, drawing the defense, kicking it to the open man.
No doubt Dan Johnson had 3 assists as a traveling violation there on the Waves, but he had 3 assists on Wednesday night against Arkansas State in what was his first career start. How about this creation?
Well, this is a great job driving the ball to the basket, and Millette just loses Trey White on the outside. Millette turns his back on White, and White cuts to the basket. That's an excellent move following the basketball.
James already hit 1 triple that time, not going to get it to fall. Anderson on the corral. Inside, blocked out of bounds by Huntley-Hatfield. And now Kenny Payne, second season at Louisville. There's a lot swirling around the Louisville area about his time right now as the head man of the Cardinals. But you know what he told us earlier today? We want to show the fans that we're still connected, we're together, and this is a basketball team that's going to give great, tremendous effort in a program that does love each other.
Kenny Payne is amazing. He can remain positive, but he does. And there's Johnson. Johnson comes in, you know, in his last 7 games, and counting today, he's already got 1 assist, but in his last 7+ games, he's got 30 assists and only 13 turnovers. And there is another good play as Louisville is getting the ball inside to the basket.
Trey White's second basket, the transfer from USC. He had 10 points on Wednesday night. And the response jumper, there's Ajayi.
We said Ajayi shoots almost 60% inside the arc. He can drive the ball to the basket. He's very, very good in the mid-range with that pull-up.
The Louisville team who has struggled offensively throughout the year. A great start to the season, went 2-1. Johnson tees up a triple. That rims out. A rebound to the Waves and Malik Moore.
You can see Pepperdine really would like to push the ball. And that's a great job by Huntley-Hatfield to pull that rebound down, limit Pepperdine to one shot.
White again, nice feed inside. Louisville early, able to get to the bucket.
Man, White in particular has been able to find openings inside.
6 points for White early. Louisville by 4. Millette has it ripped away. Transition opportunity for the Cards. Mid-range jumper not going to fall from the elbow. Good look, though, for Huntley-Hatfield.
Louisville's done a pretty nice job defensively so far, keeping Pepperdine out of the lane.
Something they've struggled with so far this year, Dan. Points in the paint an issue for Louisville in a lot of their losses. Another nice feed. And a foul as Clark will go to the line on the other side. Well, early on, the Cardinals playing with energy and effort up for home.
The Kerwin Frost Box. With a McNugget Buddy in every box. And your choice of Big Mac or 10-piece McNuggets.
Estaremos ahí por si le pasa algo a tu auto en este día especial.
Mamá, para eso tengo State Farm.
Es que es peligroso manejar en carretera.
Si pasa algo, le mando un texto a mi agente. Tranquilos. State Farm estará ahí las 24 horas si los necesito.
24 horas. ¡Ay! ¡Ay! ¡Tan linda como siempre! ¡Ay, qué ven, hijita! Pasa.
Amor. Como un buen vecino, State Farm está ahí. Llama para obtener una cotización hoy.
Senior Mayor, with this tower, I will make Pisa world famous. And you?
Yeah, you can see towers like this in Rome, in Venice, in Florence.
But this one's round.
No, I don't know. Maybe a Red Bull will help you see it from a different slant.
Yes, I got it. We'll build it like this.
Perfetto!
Red Bull gives you wings.
Our founder once said, "Don't let the day pass without any action." We can lead more meaningful and constructive lives through the pursuit of activities that will ensure a better today than yesterday, a better tomorrow than today. To honor his vision and make a positive impact, we're committed to creating a greener, more equitable future for everyone. Learn about our commitment to the next generation.
The Holiday Classic is back on Christmas Eve.
Let's go!
As the Patriots and the Broncos
Touchdown!
light up Mile High.
Deck the halls, we having a ball!
The NFL Holiday Classic, Christmas Eve, only on NFL Network.
ACC Men's College Basketball is presented by Food Lion, the official grocer of the ACC. Well, you come over a couple of time zones if you're Pepperdine and you enjoy one of the historic museums in the country, the Muhammad Ali Center in Louisville. And what a time Lorenzo Romar and his group had. You see the images there, Dan, and one of the greats in sports history. And I love that quote there by Muhammad Ali, and a chance to really learn about fighting tooth and nail, finding a way to be tough, as Lorenzo Romar now in his second stint with Pepperdine.
Now, he's been at Pepperdine, he's been at Washington, he's had success wherever he's been. And that's great. They came in early, and if you're going to come early, you may as well go to one of the really good museums. That's a fun museum, the Muhammad Ali Museum. And one of the real
Clark at the line.
great personalities in sports.
No, absolutely. And you talk about getting here early, Dan. How much of that has to do, though, with trying to get acclimated coming from the West Coast and the Pacific time zone?
Well, it has a lot, obviously, but it's can't do that all the time. There's no classes going on, so you have the opportunity. Good rebound by Huntley-Hatfield, and once again, the Louisville defense prevents that dribble penetration. When you talked about them giving up points in the paint, it hasn't been back to the basket kind of points. It's been guys driving the ball. And so far, Louisville doing a good job cutting that off.
Traveling violation on the Cardinals, and Kenny Payne talked about not letting something that goes wrong in the middle of a game totally derail the 40 minutes that you've played. They've had some good first halves, Dan, so far this season. They've played well. You look at the game against Texas, you look at the game against Indiana and Virginia Tech, and they have had good spurts of basketball, just consistently haven't been able to put it together.
Well, that's what you do. They've got 9 newcomers, and that's what normally November and December is for, is putting things together.
Jumper goes down to cut the lead, to cut the deficit, I should say, to 4. And speaking of the inexperience, Louisville 299th. When you look at Ken Palm's D1 experience, average of just 1.2 years out of 362 teams. A lot of youngsters and a lot of transfer portal pieces for Payne. Blocking foul there. Dan, you and I talked earlier this week just about inexperience. Sometimes you take 1 step forward, 2 steps back with teams like this, and it seems like that's what Kenny Payne is trying to endure here in year 2.
Trying to put things together, and in this day and age, we put an awful lot of emphasis. The net rankings make November and December, I think, overly important. Coaches have to have a chance to put their teams together.
Foul on the floor as White went for the rebound. He's a little slow to get up. It was called on 13, Cord Stansberry, 6'3" redshirt freshman from Bermuda Dunes, California.
White has a transfer from USC. White has been very active so far.
9 double-figure scoring games on the year for White. Matter of fact, against Arkansas State, that was the first time all year Trey White didn't score at least 10 points. James rolls off, offensive rebound. The big-bodied Huntley-Hatfield. Good ball movement. James puts a guy on skates inside the paint, lays it up, it will drop through.
Louisville doing a really nice job reversing the ball from side to side and then attacking the basket. They're playing basically 5 guys out, leaving the middle open, and it has worked for them so far.
Dan, just 5 assists against Arkansas State on Wednesday. They've got 4 assists already in this one.
That's one of the things. They needed to be a better passing team. They're a very poor shooting team, and one of the reasons is they don't pass it very well, and that was not bad defense right there. That was just really good offense by Ethan Anderson.
Anderson averaging nearly 7 points per game. Very experienced 5th-year senior. He's played at Wyoming and at USC. Former teammate of Trey White and Louisville's.
I'm not sure that Louisville early in the shot clock wants to be relying on the 3-point shot. They are not a good 3-point shooting team. This is where they need to go.
Oh, Huntley-Hatfield muscles it in, and he's got 4. Six-point lead for Louisville. Another stop. And now a chance to push. They want to fly down the court. All the way to the rim. It's Curtis Williams, an outstanding freshman.
Top prospect in the state of Michigan last year, and he's a guy that Kenny Payne thinks can make an impact, and that's what you do. You run the court, you make easy baskets, you play defense. That'll get the coach's attention.
It's an 8-point advantage. Good defense, forces a short jumper. James measures out the defense, kicks it out to White. Now Huntley-Hatfield. James steps into a 3 and knocks it down. This is very good from Louisville early, forces a timeout by Pepperdine.
Estaremos ahí por si le pasa algo a tu auto en este día especial.
Mamá, para eso tengo State Farm.
Es que es peligroso manejar en carretera.
Si pasa algo, le mando un texto a mi agente. Tranquilos. State Farm estará ahí las 24 horas si los necesito.
24 horas. ¡Ay! ¡Ay! ¡Tan linda como siempre! ¡Ay, qué ven, hijita, pasa!
Amor. Como un buen vecino, State Farm está ahí. Llama para obtener una cotización hoy.
Hey, deal lovers. Here's something new.
Having good taste shouldn't cost you a good deal. And in this hut, $7 gets you both.
The all-new $7 deal lovers menu at Pizza Hut.
Because it's only a deal if you love it.
I'm coming in hot.
Little man. Yeah. Why are you always trying to one-up me, bro? Me? I thought you was the #1 son. All right. But did you remember to buy the coffee maker from Mom, though? Once again, way ahead of you. Yeah, but I found a better deal. Wait, how? Shop with Google, little bro.
Senior Mayor, with this tower, I will make pizza world famous. And you?
Yeah, you can see towers like this in Rome, in Venice, in Florence.
But this one's round.
No, I don't know. Maybe a Red Bull will help you see it from a different slant.
Yes, I got it. We'll build it like this.
Perfetto!
Red Bull gives you wings.
Our founder once said, "Don't let the day pass without any action." We can lead more meaningful and constructive lives through the pursuit of activities that will ensure a better today than yesterday, a better tomorrow than today. To honor his vision and make a positive impact, we're committed to creating a greener, more equitable future for everyone. Learn about our commitment to the next generation.
Louisville playing really well on a 20-6 run, and a lot of it has to do with Huntley-Hatfield. They've sort of played through him. Nice pass out to Mike James. Well, again, a standstill three, and nice assist by Huntley-Hatfield. He's got 6 rebounds. That's his first assist, and this is something that Kenny Payne knows is really important. Coming into the game, Louisville has only assisted on 41% of their field goals, and that is a very low number. But today, they're shooting 53%, excuse me, from the field, because they've assisted on 2/3 of their field goal attempts. Better shots means a better shooting percentage. Better passing means better shots.
Already more assists than they had on Wednesday night against Arkansas State. They've doubled up Pepperdine early on. Coulibaly exited the game pretty quickly before the first media timeout, back in there, and you just see the presence that he has down low, Dan.
He picked up a quick personal foul, and they didn't want to risk him getting 2 really fast. And Huntley-Hatfield is out of the game, and they go right after Okorafor.
Clark, drive, kick, White. And a foul called.
And we get a kick ball. I'm not sure that Mike James should have passed up that 3. You know, when you get an open 3 out of your offense, particularly James, he's a really good standstill 3-point shooter, catch and shoot guy. I'm not sure he should have passed that one up. And here again, there's a lot of room to operate.
1v1. one. Clark, no, but the putback by White. Energy already picking up here early. As Kenny Payne said, we've got to play for we and not me. Team basketball, so far so good. How about the reverse lay-in? Oh, Ajayi's pretty good, isn't he?
Ajayi is excellent, and he can really get to the basket. And just because they've contained him so far, he can put a lot of points on the board quickly.
Clark, reverse lay-in, no. Another offensive rebound for Louisville, but it's ripped away. In transition for the first game of the season, it's Javon Porter, the sophomore from Columbia. He's got a heralded family. Both of his brothers, of course, Michael Porter Jr., Jonte Porter, played in the NBA. Michael Porter winning a world championship with the Nuggets.
Well, Javon Porter is a very highly skilled inside-outside kind of player. He made 34 threes last year. He shot 34% from out there. This is his first action. He's coming back from injury. He's preseason all WCC. This is going to be a very important guy for Pepperdine moving forward.
Stansbury connects. And the Louisville lead down to 7. Bad pass inside intended for... That shot's not going to fall.
Hard to make a shot when you hit the side of the board.
White blocked. It's Coulibaly again. He's had at least 3 blocks in each of the last 2 games.
Caleb Glenn got a good opportunity, but as Coulibaly, an excellent shot blocker.
Porter, 3 off to the left. It's over the backboard.
Louisville has been able to get the ball pretty close inside. A nice catch inside by Caleb Glenn, but he was off balance. He had to take a dribble. That gave Coulibaly a chance to recover. And Coulibaly is an outstanding shot blocker.
Boubacar Coulibaly from Mali. Transferred from USC. Deep 3. Doesn't connect, all hitting the ground hard. A pair of players. Looks like James took the brunt of the contact with the hardwood.
Boy, he landed, it looked like he landed right on his tailbone. That's the other thing Louisville has done pretty well so far here early in the game. We're only 12 minutes in, but they've done a nice job preventing dribble penetration and rebounding the basketball. So you want to play this game? Well, you got to be ready. Millette with the long 3 in transition, and James gets knocked down by Porter, and I didn't see who that other Pepperdine player was, but James got on the wrong side of that. Louisville's done a nice job moving the ball so far.
Sharing it. And they've been able to have a good offensive half, at least so far. Johnson that time. Not able to connect on the floater. Millette can stroke it. Missed that one by a ton, though.
Quick shots here the last couple possessions for each team.
Another turnover for Pepperdine. So far, Louisville in command in the first half.
Senor Mayor, with this tower, I will make Pisa world famous. And you?
Yeah, you can see towers like this in Rome, in Venice, in Florence.
But this one's round.
No, I don't know. Maybe a red bull will help you see it from a different slant.
Yes, I got it. We'll build it like this.
Perfetto!
Red Bull gives you wings.
What I feel in my heart during the Subaru Share the Love event, it's just so rewarding.
We believe in love, not just our customers, but also our community.
And the Subaru Share the Love event is truly an example of that.
over $285 million donated is phenomenal.
It absolutely sets us apart from all other car companies.
Right now, get a new Subaru, and Subaru and our retailers will donate $300 to charity.
Get 2.9% APR financing on a new 2024 Outback during the 2023 Subaru Share the Love event.
I recommend La Roche-Posay Lipicar Body Cream. One application a day keeps very dry skin away. 48-hour hydration helps repair the skin barrier. La Roche-Posay.
What if finding a new job wasn't such a leap of faith?
I don't think I'm right for this. I said I don't think I'm right for the job.
You're perfect for it!
What if you knew you'd be paid fairly?
Check this out.
Because you could literally see what the job pays. What if your schedule worked for you, and her, and them? And what if the promise of better work
No way!
was something that found us?
I got the interview.
The Home Depot, committed to filling the trades gap.
Get your party started for less at Target.
Holiday season fast approaching. T-shirt time as well at the Yum. Louisville up 17. Pretty solid first half. Mike James already hit a triple in this game. It's a Cardinals team, Dan, that's doing a nice job from beyond the arc in this one. But you look at the two teams' disparities on the year.
Well, we said Louisville's not a very good three-point shooting team. They're shooting a little bit better today. Pepperdine actually shoots it pretty well from out there. And so Louisville, not only have they done a nice job cutting down on dribble penetration, they've really limited the three.
How about Curtis Williams there, though, from downtown?
When you get opportunities, you take advantage of them. And Curtis Williams, he's only, coming into the game, he's only 5 for 19 from out there. So that's optimistic, him shooting the ball, but it goes in, so it all works out.
His minutes are increasing over the last 2 games. The top 80 consensus recruit coming into the year. Didn't shoot it that time. Drives behind the back pass. And it turns into a giveaway and a turnover. Porter. Koulibaly fouled.
Well, we talked about the fact that Louisville doesn't shoot the three very well, but in this case, really nice job by Williams to catch the ball ready to let it go. Got to get your feet set, you got to be ready, and that time he was. Nice pass by Caleb Glenn, and that'll count as another assist for the Cards.
Flanked from Koulibaly. Came to the United States before his sophomore year of high school. Only began playing basketball at the age of 14 in his home country of Mali.
Well, he missed the last half of last season and the first part of this season with injuries. Had not been to the free throw line very many times this year, but again, as you mentioned, this is only his 3rd game. And we've got a lane violation. I think Mike James stepped in early.
He did indeed. Dan, when you look at this Waves team, as Kenny Payne continues to coach his team in the first half, Ajayi's a really good player. Millette can score it. And then you get Koulibaly and Porter back in there. How do they fit in with the likes of Gonzaga and St. Mary's out west?
That's a steep hill to climb out there. Pepperdine has a long way to go. You know, they're trying to put together some talent, but Gonzaga has been dominant out there for forever. And St. Mary's has a pretty good program. Santa Clara is pretty good this year. San Francisco, that's a tough league. Be really hard for the Waves to make progress out there this year.
Pepperdine hasn't made the NCAA tournament since 2002. Although in 2001, Lorenzo Romar did lead them to the postseason where they won the College Basketball Invitational. Nice putback again. Huntley-Hatfield's been active around the rim.
Louisville continues to do an outstanding job. That's their 6th offensive rebound. They've had 10 second chance points. And Huntley-Hatfield already has 8 rebounds in this game.
Double-digit lead for Louisville. Coulibaly stays on his pivot foot. Can't get the shot from the block to go. That was last touched by Coulibaly. It'll be Louisville basketball.
Huntley-Hatfield got a break right there. He left his feet, but somehow was able to avoid the foul. A little bit of standing around for Lorenzo Romar's guys right at the moment, and that's not the way they play their best basketball. They've got to move it and attack the basket off the dribble.
Had a big second half against UC San Diego in their last game. Ended up winning by 6. Clark caught on his pivot foot, out to White. White, pump fake Clark, now behind the back, step back, that's pretty, and he connects.
He stepped out of bounds. This situation where Louisville just has enough patience. They didn't try to force anything. That is a very difficult shot. Not bad defense that time by Pepperdine, but better offense. And there's pretty good offense right there, too.
Tyler Johnson into the scorer's column. His first points, the freshman from Brooklyn. They force another turnover. Do the Cards active on the defensive end.
That was one of those situations where the Waves just got in one another's way and the ball went out of bounds. But Louisville, it's amazing. The game seems so much easier when the ball goes in the basket. And Louisville's been putting the ball in the basket in this first half.
48% from the floor. Okorafor called for the offensive foul, the 6'9" sophomore, the Nigerian.
You know, he wasn't really ready to catch that pass. It was a tough pass, but when you're following the driver to the basket, you got to be ready for that ball to come back at you. And because he didn't catch it right away, he then wasn't able to put it right up to the basket, and that resulted in him getting the charge.
Moore firing mid-range jumper. That won't fall. Jump ball as White got in there, forced the tie-up.
Looking good.
Pepperdine has stayed in the man-to-man.
Okorafor poked away. Stays with it. Johnson has it rejected. Woo. And Ajayi. Great
That's a heck of a play right there.
James, no. Put back by Clark. But it was the hustle and the effort of Tyler Johnson that started that off. Louisville in command, defense turning into offense. Cards by 17.
There is a lot of information out there. The truth? Hamas is a terrorist group. Hamas oppresses the people of Gaza, uses civilians as human shields, and steals their basic supplies to use them in a war of terror. Even when given the chance at peace, Hamas broke the truce. Our community needs to stand against Hamas and stand with Palestinians and Israelis for basic human rights. Focus on the truth. Free Palestine of Hamas.
It's not like the good old days.
It's not like the good old days.
It's not like the good,
It's not like the good old days.
Stop parroting everything. Instead, drink a Red Bull and think for yourselves.
Since when do you dictate what we do?
Exactly. You're not the boss of us.
Power to the people!
Oh, well. Individuality often complicates things.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Our founder once said, "Don't let the day pass without any action." We can lead more meaningful and constructive lives through the pursuit of activities that will ensure a better today than yesterday, a better tomorrow than today. To honor his vision and make a positive impact, we're committed to creating a greener, more equitable future for everyone. Learn about our commitment to the next generation.
What I feel in my heart during the Subaru Share the Love event, it's just so rewarding.
We believe in love, not just our customers, but also our community.
And the Subaru Share the Love event is truly an example of that.
Over $285 million donated is phenomenal.
It absolutely sets us apart from all other car companies.
Right now, get a new Subaru, and Subaru and our retailers will donate $300 to charity.
Get 2.9% APR financing on a new 2024 Outback during the 2023 Subaru Share the Love event.
Next. Next. Next.
Smiling first can help someone find the courage to do the same.
Historic Louisville and all those accomplishments. But Wednesday night, after the football signing day special, stay with ACCN for our featured women's basketball game of the week. Kiki Jefferson and number 18 Louisville host Washington at the Yum Center. Coverage beginning at 7 Eastern. Jeff Walls, the Cards ladies. And they have an incredible home atmosphere at the Yum for the women's games as well. And you look at what they've been able to do this year. Offense, they force turnovers, they play active, they mix defenses. Jeff Walls, one of the best to do it on the women's side, no doubt.
Well, 22 turnovers a game is a lot of turnovers to force. Actually closer to 23 than 22.
No doubt. A lot of questions about how the team would look with Haley Van Lith moving on to LSU. So far, so good. Oh, what about so far, so good? Houston Millette is a bucket.
Well, he is a high volume, high percentage shooter. He's a guy who's going to get his shots. And Louisville's done they've done okay with him, but they've really contained the other players.
Millette has 9 to lead all scorers. Already a 1,000-point scorer just 2 years into his college career, now in his 3rd. They force the turnover. Waves running in transition. Ajayi. 4 straight for Pepperdine.
And that's one thing that you don't want to do if you're Louisville. You don't want to start turning that ball over, because that'll give Pepperdine some confidence if they can get out and run and get easy baskets.
Williams, White, the former Trojan, left it short. Okorafor.
Another offensive rebound for Louisville.
The 8th of the afternoon. Williams, confident looking stroke. Couldn't connect. Another offensive rebound. And how about Emmanuel Okorafor?
Well, Okorafor, he just took it right away from Ajayi. And Ajayi, we showed you, one of the top rebounders in the country. And Okorafor just took it right out of his hands. Nice play.
Okorafor, 11 minutes against Arkansas State. Dan, earning the trust of Kenny Payne. That was a season high for the Nigerian.
Mismatch inside if they can find it.
Instead, cross-court pass leads to an open 3, and it's knocked down. That was Ethan Anderson.
Well, that's not the strongest part of Anderson's games, but that's a basket Pepperdine desperately needed.
James Ajayi said no way.
Now, Pepperdine, I think they've gotten some confidence after those easy baskets in transition. And Anderson, we said, he's not a great three-point shooter, only shooting 29% from out there coming into the game, but that was a wide open look.
Correspondingly, Louisville in the last 8 games has been phenomenal on three-point percentage defense, under 30%. One of the best in the country. Pepperdine just 2 of 9. They have the ball here after the miss. Moore, kick, Anderson. No good. And Clark rips the ball away.
Again, that's probably not a good shot, even though it was open in transition. But again, Anderson is not a particularly good three-point shooter.
James, under a minute to play in the half. He's fouled on the aggressive drive.
And aggressive is a good way to describe the way James has played on both ends of the court so far this afternoon. He already has 8 points. Doing a nice job driving the ball to the basket. This will be his first free throw attempt of the game.
James knocks down the first. Here's our Friday night men's basketball doubleheader that begins at 6 p.m. Eastern. PJ Hall, 13th ranked Clemson, hosting Queens University at Little John Coliseum. And then Marcus Burton and Notre Dame host the Marist Red Foxes at Purcell Pavilion in South Bend. Should be a good evening of hoops right here on ACCN and the ESPN app.
Clemson, of course, dropped out of the ranks of the unbeaten yesterday, losing a very close contest at Memphis to a very good Memphis team.
Myself and Coach Mark Adams will be on the call for that one against Queens on Friday night from Little John. Ajayi can't connect after a couple of made free throws from James. Has Louisville with a comfortable 14-point advantage. Clark gets across the midcourt line and calls the timeout. And so Kenny Payne will draw something up right at the end of the half.
Marshall's buyers travel far and wide to hustle the best deals on amazing holiday gifts. So you don't have to.
It's cashmere. This is Italian leather. European chocolate.
We get the deals. You gift the good stuff.
I'ma give you what you want.
Strong first half for Louisville, and we look at what's at stake. The Cardinals, Dan, they need a win. They need to feel good about something, especially with Kentucky on the horizon, and Pepperdine, they've struggled on the road. Last true road win, you can see it right there, 2021 against University of San Diego.
For Louisville, they just have to continue the growth process, and when you're starting with so many new players, sometimes you take 1 step forward and 2 steps back, and then you got to make those 2 steps forward again. It's just not going to be a smooth process. But if Louisville can play like this with this kind of intensity, then that's going to help the process a lot.
Very strong first half for the Cards when they've had to have it here in the Kenny Payne era. Ball is loose, picked up, don't want a turnover. Right at the end now, the Waves, plenty of time. Shot clock off. And a blocking foul called on the baseline as Moore was driving.
Well, it doesn't really hurt Louisville because they only had 14 fouls. That's the 15th foul. They did a nice job. That was a pretty good concept, trying to get inside to Huntley-Hatfield on the other end. He just didn't handle the ball.
5 seconds, fadeaway jumper. Not there, put back, not there. Huntley-Hatfield has a chance for a heave. Oh, and he nearly made it. A full court throttle from Brandon Huntley-Hatfield. All in all, though, Louisville up 14. A strong opening 20 minutes.
Again, the game is a lot easier when the ball goes in the basket, and the ball has been going in the basket, and that certainly helps things. And it's important for Louisville to maintain their defensive intensity and continue to get the kind of ball movement and player movement they did in the first half.
First halves have typically gone pretty well for Kenny Payne's group this season. It's been the second half in which they have struggled. Aria Masudi, Dan Bonner, our entire crew here from the Yum Center. First meeting between the two schools since 1950 when they met up in Malibu. And there's the numbers shooting the basketball on the year. Turnover right out of the gate.
Well, you don't want to get to be two big daredevils in this situation. You get down the court and you make the easy play, not the tough play. And that was an open three in transition by Moore, who's a pretty good three-point shooter, so a break for Louisville there.
Huntley-Hatfield left it short. Got great position down low.
He did, and I just think he not only has to get great position, but I think for Louisville to be really successful, Huntley-Hatfield has to be able to score in the low post to give the Cardinals a threat down there.
Millette hits the jumper. He's into double figures. Leads the West Coast Conference in points per game so far this season at 18. Great feed and the slam from Huntley-Hatfield.
Just a nice job slipping out of that screen right there and getting down the lane. And I don't know how you can lose a 6'10" guy, but Pepperdine did.
Cards by 14. Millette strokes it off to the right, though. Rebound to White. Former Trojan. White with the rock, was Pac-12 freshman team member. Looking again inside. That one ripped away. Leads to a drive to the bucket and an easy two for Moore.
And this game is a long way from being over, and you simply, if you're Louisville, you do not want to turn the ball over and allow Pepperdine chances at easy baskets.
Clark, no good from that left corner. Waves, transition. Oh, how about that block from Johnson? Kindly returned from Coulibaly.
That's a really good defensive play by Johnson, and I thought he got a little over anxious because he makes this block, and now he's going to get the ball, and he's going to go down and make the play on the other end. Coulibaly was standing there waiting for him. Appreciate his enthusiasm, though.
Third block for Coulibaly. 3 straight games that he's played, he's had at least 3 blocks. Strong drive. Huntley-Hatfield going to the line.
Huntley-Hatfield goes right at Coulibaly and draws the foul. And again, I think Huntley-Hatfield has to be aggressive down there. I thought he did a nice job. The double team didn't come, and so he tried to make the one-on-one play. We saw him in the first half with the double team kick it out.
Louisville has made it an effort to get to the line. You see their numbers there, Dent. Aggressive drives, usually rewarded.
Well, not only do they get to the line, but they convert when they're at the line. It has been a big part of their offense.
Only 5 teams in the country get more of their points from the free throw line than Louisville does. Clark, pull up, rattles out. Pepperdine with a chance to cut it to single digits. And they'll get to do it from the line as Moore has been to a great spurt here to start the second half for the Waves.
Well, Louisville, you know, they're taking some tough shots. They took a lot of good shots early. They're taking some tough shots, but also a little slow getting back on defense.
I want to remind you, ACC PM with Mark Packer and Taylor Tannenbaum. Weekdays from Mark's Charlotte studio in his basement at 4 Eastern. They'll continue talking college football and have the latest from around the conference right here on ACCN and the ESPN app.
Now, Pepperdine is making a little bit of run at Louisville right here, and I think this is an important situation for the Cards to get a good shot.
See if Louisville can respond. They have struggled with the response for much of this season. It's an 8-3 run to start the second half for the Waves.
And Louisville turns it over. Huntley-Hatfield wasn't ready for that pass.
Koulibaly working against Huntley-Hatfield. Moore slips it back to Koulibaly. Turns. Did he drag that pivot foot? He did. And he walked.
He dragged the pivot foot because Louisville did a nice job scrambling back on defense. Pepperdine created an advantage, but Louisville's defensive rotation was very good. And I think that's what forced the travel by Koulibaly. He just got going a little bit too quickly.
Big three from James to stop the run.
James continues to play very well, and that is his third three-point basket of the game.
Indeed it is. 13 points for Mike James. 5 straight games now in double figures for the redshirt sophomore from Orlando, Florida. All foul called. It's a late call. It'll be Moore at the line when we return. But Mike James, inside, outside. That three has Louisville up 12.
Uh-oh. It's the Southeast Mini Golf Mixer Champ.
Do anything cool this weekend?
Mark.
Mark?
I just stayed in.
That's cool. Yeah.
Cleveland or South Beach. Be the real you. The love that goes into a Subaru comes out when Subaru and our retailers share the love. 116,000 animals supported, 3,300 wishes granted, 4.3 million meals provided, and over 400 national parks protected. Be a part of something bigger. Get a new Subaru during the Share the Love event, and Subaru and our retailers will donate $300 to charity.
Get 2.9% APR financing on a new 2024 Outback during the 2023 Subaru Share the Love event.
Welcome, freshmen. Remember, orientation will be at 5 o'clock today.
Smiling first can help someone find the courage to do the same.
Here, let me help. Thanks.
The Home Depot, committed to filling the trades gap.
Get your party started for less at Target.
NFL Plus. I catch live, local, and primetime games on my phone. And I catch every touchdown every Sunday afternoon on NFL Red Zone.
Catch it all and start streaming NFL Plus today. Plans start at $6.99 a month.
ACC Men's College Basketball is presented by Food Lion, the official grocer of the ACC. From the Yum Center, Louisville 45, Pepperdine 33. And Kenny Payne's Cardinals trying to figure out this second half and trying to get win number 5, which would put them at more wins than they had all of last season.
Despite all the complaining around here, there has been some progress. I mean, this is a team you already mentioned. They played very well against Texas, probably should have won that game. Played Indiana very close, and you're just going to have, every once in a while, you're going to lay an egg, and they did on Wednesday night against Arkansas State, but they have come out here and responded pretty well.
Up 11 will stay with Louisville. Dan, we asked him earlier today, do you think that game against Texas, when A. Smith hits that fadeaway jumper from the mid-range elbow, did that hurt the psyche of a young team, and he said, you know, yeah, a lot of times with the young teams, it's about not letting one game turn into two and being able to respond, and that's going to be the key for Louisville as they continue throughout this non-conference portion of their slate.
The non-conference is quickly drawing to a close. See, I'm just not so sure that that's a good shot by Williams. I know he's made a three, but he comes in as a very poor three-point shooter.
I wonder if he made one there in that first half. All of a sudden, thinks he's hot and wants to try another. What a pass inside. And it's more, and the lead back into single digits for Louisville.
And Pepperdine's done a better job getting inside in this second half. Louisville really cut off the inside in the first half, but Pepperdine has been chipping away here in the second half. A lot of it has to do with Louisville's shot selection.
James got a good look that time, just couldn't connect. Ajayi, Euro step, and Pepperdine as close as they've been in a while.
Now, when you score, it forces the other team to take the ball out of the basket, and that gives you an opportunity to set your defense, but Louisville's struggling to score right at the moment, and as a result, their lead has been cut to 7.
What I feel in my heart during the Subaru Share the Love event, it's just so rewarding.
We believe in love, not just our customers, but also our community.
And the Subaru Share the Love event is truly an example of that.
Over $285 million donated is phenomenal.
It absolutely sets us apart from all other car companies.
Right now, get a new Subaru, and Subaru and our retailers will donate $300 to charity.
Get 2.9% APR financing on a new 2024 Outback during the 2023 Subaru Share the Love event.
Fashion always came easy to me. But when the fashion critics told me to play it safe, I decided to call an audible. Does that make me a fashion icon? Sure, but inspiration is everywhere if you're listening.
Ignite.
Get your party started for less at Target.
Uh-oh. It's the Southeast Mini Golf Mixer Champs.
Do anything cool this weekend?
Mark.
Mark?
I just stayed in.
That's cool. Yeah.
Cleveland or South Beach. Be the real you.
BMW, Freightliner, Ford, and many more of the world's leading brands hire Universal Technical Institute grads. And now we're expanding to new industries. Since 1965, UTI has become known for its training in fields like auto, diesel, and welding. And with new programs coming in fields like aviation maintenance, HVACR, and wind energy, you can get more. Don't wait. Now's the time to train for a career you're passionate about. Visit uti.edu today.
The Holiday Classic is back on Christmas Eve.
Let's go!
As the Patriots and the Broncos
Touchdown!
light up Mile High.
Deck the halls, we having a ball.
The NFL Holiday Classic, Christmas Eve, only on NFL Network.
I always love this time of year.
Shop K's big holiday sale. Savings this big won't last long. Only at K.
Louisville dominated the inside scoring in the first half, but here in the second, watch this play. There are 3 white shirts who just sort of wander over toward Koulibaly. They didn't really help. They didn't really help out. Huntley-Hatfield sort of had him defensively, but with those 3 guys turning their backs on the ball and just wandering, they left somebody wide open, and Pepperdine made him pay for it. There you get a look. Pepperdine has already scored as many inside points here in the first 5+ minutes of this half as they did in the entire first half.
And that was the issue, Dan, for Louisville against Arkansas State on Wednesday night, especially the second half, when the Wolves just got to the rim at will, and at times it was just a layup drill for Arkansas State. And so that'll be something they look not to repeat if you're the Cardinals and the defense against the Waves.
Well, it hasn't been a layup drill. In fact, most of those points haven't been scored with drives to the basket. They've been scored in transition or scored on a play like we just showed you, where the ball goes inside. The Louisville defense loses coverage, and then somebody's able to get inside open.
On the turnover for Louisville, they were 1 for their last 7 before that possession.
Well, Huntley-Hatfield, he was looking for James, and James was over there open, but Huntley-Hatfield, not a very good pass.
Pepperdine outscoring Louisville by 7 so far in the second half. They have the deficit down to 7. Millette, one of the best scorers in the West Coast Conference. And now Moore.
Wow.
Millette lets it rip. Front iron.
Now, Louisville continues to do a really good job on the defensive boards. Now they have to get a good shot.
Got a great shot. The hoop and the horn. Huntley-Hatfield to the line.
Now this is a pretty tough shot by Huntley-Hatfield, but a nice job to cut to the basket, find the open area. Now that little flip over the head, that's not the easiest shot in the world, but Huntley-Hatfield did a nice job getting to an open space, and that's a basket that Louisville badly needed. And Huntley-Hatfield, another double-double. Again, I think if he can be a big factor inside, I think that really helps Louisville.
He's had some nice games, Dan. 11-9 against Texas, 14-9 against Virginia Tech, 20-11 on Wednesday night. Had a 14-rebound performance against Chattanooga earlier this season. And Huntley-Hatfield has a double-double again here today with 12 and 10. Foul on Mike James. Millette drives, cut off, looking for help, turnover, poked away. White pushing it up court. Great ball movement, open three, Clark. Couldn't make him pay from that left corner. Active defense, another turnover. Behind the back, White jams it home.
That's a really good job in transition defense. You missed that three, but you're able to get the steal and come back, and they've built the lead back to 12.
The love that goes into a Subaru comes out when Subaru and our retailers share the love. 116,000 animals supported, 3,300 wishes granted, 4.3 million meals provided, and over 400 national parks protected. Be a part of something bigger. Get a new Subaru during the Share the Love event, and Subaru and our retailers will donate $300 to charity.
Get 2.9% APR financing on a new 2024 Outback during the 2023 Subaru Share the Love event.
There's Louis. And the Cardinals leading by 12.
This situation where Sky Clark missed the three-point shot but didn't hang his head. He got back on defense and created the steal. Maybe didn't need to throw that pass behind his back, but it all works out just fine, and that's a tremendous fast break opportunity. But again, the whole thing was set up by Clark, who missed the three, got back on defense, got the steal.
White with 8. And the Cardinals defense has forced 11 turnovers. Dan, they've turned them into 12 points.
Really good defense and their domination of the offensive boards. Those two things have been the keys to this game.
Ajayi, fade away. No. Huntley-Hatfield, rebound number 11.
And there, again, there's an opportunity where the defense collapsed. They didn't let Ajayi get all the way to the basket, and the result is they come down the court and get an easy one themselves.
Clark to Huntley-Hatfield's. It's a 7-0 run. for the Cardinals.
What a great response by Louisville. The lead got cut to 7, and they've blown it back out again.
Huntley-Hatfield has 14 and 11. Former 5-star recruit having himself yet another nice afternoon. Great defense once again for the Cardinals.
And a really good job securing the defensive rebound.
Williams, yes! From way downtown as he falls into the bench. Run here for the Cardinals. First, the jam from Huntley-Hatfield, then Williams, the freshman, burying the triple.
Estaremos ahí por si le pasa algo a tu auto en este día especial.
Mamá, para eso tengo State Farm.
Es que es peligroso manejar en carretera.
Si pasa algo, le mando un texto a mi agente. Tranquilos. State Farm estará ahí las 24 horas si los necesito.
24 horas. ¡Ay! ¡Ay! ¡Tan linda como siempre! ¡Ay, que ven, hijita, pasa!
Amor. Como un buen vecino, State Farm está ahí. Llama para obtener una cotización hoy.
Buddies, I present to you the Kerwin Frost Box. Yeah! I'll take that. Yo, buddies, let's get that box.
Almost showtime, my lord.
Oh no! Go! Come on, let's go. Hurry, everyone!
Let's go!
There he is, buddies, get him!
Hey, buddy, that box is for everybody. There's a little McNugget in everyone.
That's true.
Coming to you from Frost Way, with a buddy and a meal in every box. The Kerwin Frost Box.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Bosch's powerful hammer drill has kickback control to help work go more smoothly, which is good when your job comes with high expectations. Bosch Tools, what hard workers deserve. Learn more at BoschTools.com.
It's not like the good old days.
It's not like the good old days.
It's not like the good,
It's not like the good old
days.
Stop parroting everything. Instead, drink a Red Bull and think for yourselves.
Since when do you dictate what we do?
Exactly. You're not the boss of us.
Power to the people! Oh, well. Individuality often complicates things.
Red Bull gives you wings.
It's been a 10-0 run for the Cardinals over the last 2 minutes and change. They've hit their last 3 shots, but what's going to make Kenny Payne happier, Dan, a 3-minute scoring drought for Pepperdine. So offensively getting it done, and defensively they have held the Waves.
Well, in Pepperdine's last 6 possessions since they cut the lead to 7, they're 0 for 4 shooting. They've shot contested shots. They've turned it over twice, and that contributed to that 10-0 run.
How about that move from Porter? Javon Porter, first game of the season, 6'11" sophomore.
Well, everybody talks about how skilled this young man is, and this is a nice job. Really a great move to keep his pivot foot and spin back toward the basket. And that's Lorenzo Romar's got to be over there licking his chops that when Porter gets completely healthy to have him back in the lineup on a regular basis.
No doubt, top 100 kid out of high school, 4-star recruit. Averaged 12 and 7 last season before missing time with an injury. Now a charge on White.
Well, White is a slasher, and he did that a little bit too hard. Huntley-Hatfield, I wonder if he's got a back problem or something, but he's worked pretty hard today. I don't think he needs any extra on the sideline. A
major difference maker when he's been in the game for Louisville. Porter, 3-ball, rattles out. Rebound there for the Cardinals. It was Glenn. Nice jumper there from Williams, who continues his strong afternoon. He's into double figures, a new career high.
Williams is a guy who comes into this game averaging fewer than 3 points a game.
Anderson can't hit the three. Glenn looked to be shaken up, grabbing his face in the eye area, jaw area.
Well, I think he took a pop, but I think it was friendly fire. He gets in the lane, Glenn number 10, and yeah, it's Williams who smacked him in the face.
Oh,
so
boy,
Williams has been aggressive all the way around.
Yes, you can't commit a flagrant on your own player, can you? That's not possible. Huntley-Hatfield back in the game. Good sign for Louisville, as is Okorafor. James Williams has the hot hands. Have a day, young man. 19-point advantage and 13 for Curtis Williams.
He made 5 threes coming into this game. He's made 3 in this afternoon's contest.
Blocked out of bounds.
And Williams shoots these threes with more confidence than maybe a guy who comes in shooting 5 for 19 should have, but that's what shooters do. They shoot the ball, and they don't worry about what their shooting percentage is. They're just anxious to let it go, and he has been very productive today. That's another piece of good news for Louisville.
Kenny Payne told us today, we need Curtis Williams to be good for this team, especially when he plays within the flow of the offense. He's done that this afternoon. 3-ball, not there for Moore. And Louisville up 19, 9 minutes and change to play.
They continue to do the Cards to control their own defensive boards.
Huntley-Hatfield is fouled. He'll go to the line for 2 more. He has been a load to deal with for Coulibaly and the Waves down low.
Huntley-Hatfield has done a great job moving without the ball, and that time he just got great position. He got so far under the basket that Coulibaly really had no choice but to reach around and foul him.
Knocks down the first free throw, and it's a great freshman class that Kenny Payne brought in, back to the youngsters. As you see, Huntley-Hatfield, and the day he's had, second double-double of the season. But Dan, 4 players in the top 100 brought in by Kenny Payne, and they've all contributed in various forms this season. Curtis Williams having a breakout game here today. Great effort, forces the jump ball.
And that'll be another offensive rebound for Louisville. Well, again, it takes time to develop your players. It takes time to fit all the pieces together. And as I've said before, it's not always going to go smoothly. There will be ups and downs.
James muscles his way in, just too strong. 22-point advantage. Porter, how about the skill set on this kid?
Well, we said he made 34 threes last year, shot 35% from out there. And you just can't defend the three, that screen, the same way with Porter in the game.
You see Williams, the confidence he has on that drive and the dish, as Huntley-Hatfield back to the line. And Williams in that freshman class, number 6 overall recruiting class, took a hit when Trenton Flowers, the 5-star, decided to go to Australia instead of playing this season with the Cardinals. But they figured it out, and Dan, you've talked about it. It does take time. You have to continue to give a coach some time to be able to build his culture, his foundation, and get his guys that he recruited into his program and into his system.
Again, this is a very tough place. A very demanding fan base, a tremendous tradition here at Louisville, and it's not always easy to be patient.
20-point advantage. Nice drive and finish from Anderson.
Very little of that before earlier in this game. Louisville, for the most part, has done a nice job keeping Pepperdine out of the lane.
Huntley-Hatfield left it short, corralled his own miss, and he has lived at the free throw line here in the second half. Cardinals, little energy boost, in control over Pepperdine.
Estaremos ahí por si le pasa algo a tu auto en este día especial.
Mamá, para eso tengo State Farm.
Es que es peligroso manejar en carretera.
Si pasa algo, le mando un texto a mi agente. Tranquilos. State Farm estará ahí las 24 horas si los necesito.
24 horas. Ay, ay, tan linda como siempre. Ay, que ven, hijita, pasa.
Amor. Como un buen vecino, State Farm está ahí. Llama para obtener una cotización hoy.
Buddies, I present to you the Kerwin Frost Box. I'll take that. Yo, buddies, let's get that box.
Almost showtime, my lord.
Oh no! Go, go, go!
Come on, let's go. Hurry, everyone.
Let's go!
There he is, buddies. Get him.
Hey, buddy. That box is for everybody. There's a little McNugget in everyone.
Coming to you from Frost Way, with a buddy and a meal in every box. The Kerwin Frost Box.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Bosch's powerful hammer drill has kickback control to help work go more smoothly, which is good when your job comes with high expectations. Bosch Tools, what hard workers deserve. Learn more at BoschTools.com.
Signor Mayor, with this tower, I will make pizza world famous. And you?
You can see towers like this in Rome, in Venice, in Florence.
But this one's round.
No, I don't know. Maybe a Red Bull will help you see it from a different slant.
Yes, I got it. We'll build it like this.
Perfetto!
Red Bull gives you wings.
An 18-point Louisville lead. A lot of it on the shoulders of this guy right here. He has scored 16 points, back to the basket play, cuts to the basket, following the driver, tips it in, screen and roll, okay, dunk, we can do it that way too. And again, finds the open spot after one of his teammates drives, catches the ball and lays it in. Again, he has really done everything you want your big guy to do. You can see he was 12 of 14 from the free throw line. It was only 4 of 7 today, which is, you know, a down game for him from the line. He's a really good free throw shooter. Comes in at almost 76%, but he's got those 16 points. He's got 12 rebounds. He's got 2 block shots. He's got 2 assists. Can't ask for much more from your big guy than that.
Dan, it's a conference full of great big men, right? Of course, Baycott at North Carolina, P.J. Hall at Clemson. But Huntley-Hatfield has a chance to emerge as one of the better big men here in the ACC this season.
Well, certainly if he plays the way he played tonight, he'll be a candidate for that.
Here he is again. Double team came, kicked it out. Williams tried the no-look pass. And back to the big man. Alley-oop, a little too tall for White.
Now get going a little too fast right there.
Porter. No from the wing. Glenn lays it up and score. Check that. James lays it up. Mike James has had himself quite an afternoon now with 17.
Well, lots of times when you miss a three, you get that long rebound. It's the same as a turnover. Louisville made him pay for it.
Had a career-high 25 points against UMBC in the season opener for Louisville, did James. Turnover forced.
That's really good defense.
Here he is, showtime! Timeout taken by Lorenzo Romar. And Dan, it has been defense to offense here for the Cardinals.
Well, the last time it was a long three-point miss, but that time it's, again, the defense collapses. I think that was Anderson on the inside. He just had no place to go, tries to kick it out, and Louisville's in great defensive position. Their defensive rotations have been very solid today. Here, Anderson gets inside. James comes to help. The ball's kicked out. Williams is ready for it, and James has already taken off. The game, as I've said before, is a lot easier when the ball goes in the basket. And when you get this kind of opportunity, the ball goes in the basket a lot.
Louisville's hit 8 of its last 9 shots, and you look at the second half today, and this is going to be much better for Kenny Payne's group. A young team that has shot the ball well here in this second stanza in the final 20 minutes.
Well, they have 27 field goals and 16 assists in those 27 field goals. And we showed you earlier that on the season, they were only assisting on 41% of their baskets, which is a very low number. But that hasn't been a problem today. Kenny Payne talked about how they have to share the ball better and move the ball better, and they've certainly done that this afternoon.
I'm talking to Mark Ennis of ESPN Radio over there in Louisville this week, just trying to get a gauge of what things are like for Cardinal fans. And he said what makes it even tougher in this whole scenario is Kenny Payne is one of us. He's a national champion here with the Cardinals, and people are rooting for him, former players, when he got the job. And certainly, this is a big step in the right direction for the Cardinals, because there's a very big game coming against Kentucky on the 21st on Thursday night, one that usually divides families and households. That'll be a really big step for Kenny Payne in his tenure.
You just have to get your team to play well, and they have played well today. Now the question becomes, can they do it consistently, and can they do it against the kind of opponent that Kentucky will represent? Kentucky, they beat North Carolina yesterday. They have some big wins. They're currently playing like one of the top teams in the country. That is a very, very steep hill for Louisville to climb.
Dan, no doubt they're going to need this guy to play very well on Thursday night. Huntley-Hatfield, who has gone up against Kentucky in his career during his time for Rick Barnes in Tennessee, and you see what's upcoming. It is Murderer's Row, as it usually is in the ACC. Doesn't get easier.
I've got the 5 games there. 3 of them are against ranked teams. And that Pitt team has some big wins. That is another excellent basketball team.
How about the job Coach Capel has done over there in Steel City?
Well, he didn't get it off the ground right away either. Pitt's program was in a tough way, and Jeff Capel, they gave him enough time to get it going, and he has rewarded them. His players have rewarded the Pittsburgh administration for their patience. Just takes a while sometimes.
Oh, what a crossover. Johnson. Tyler Johnson put him on skates.
Well, that's the way it's gone for Louisville today. I'll take it after the kind of difficulties that they've had.
Cardinal fans love them, some Tyler Johnson. The top 100 recruit, Kenny Payne, said he's a small guy who plays big and is fearless. His second consecutive start of his career, and protects the basketball well. Gonna be important, as will this kid, Curtis Williams, the breakout game of his young career, the freshman from Detroit.
And we talked about the fact that Louisville is not a very good three-point shooting team. They've knocked down 8 threes today in 15 attempts. You'll take that every game.
And one for Ajayi. But here is Tyler Johnson. Highlight reel play, Dan.
Well, he gets himself, it's a nice job dribbling the ball to get back beyond the three-point line. And keep in mind that Tyler Johnson, before that shot, was 5 for 24 from beyond the three-point arc on the season.
He had Michael
everybody from
Ajayi
Louisville playing with a lot of
Malibu.
confidence.
No doubt, and you mentioned it, when shots are falling, there's just a different aura about basketball teams, and it spreads down the bench and the roster.
Also gets you juiced up on defense.
Point advantage here for Louisville. Long jumper goes down. It's Hersey Miller.
This is only the 3rd game this season that Hersey Miller has played. .30-point game for Louisville. Wow.
Turnaround jumper. No. Ajayi activity on the glass. Foul called. Cardinals up 30. Mr. Johnson sent Ajayi back to Malibu.
Buddies, I present to you the Kerwin Frost Box. I'll take that. Yo, buddies, let's get that box.
Almost showtime, my lord.
Oh no! Go, go, go!
Come on, let's go. Hurry, everyone.
Let's go!
There he is, buddies. Get him.
Hey, buddy. That box is for everybody. There's a little McNugget in everyone.
Coming to you from Frost Way, with a buddy and a meal in every box. The Kerwin Frost Box.
Estaremos ahí por si le pasa algo a tu auto en este día especial.
Mamá, para eso tengo State Farm.
Es que es peligroso manejar en carretera.
Si pasa algo, le mando un texto a mi agente. Tranquilos. State Farm estará ahí las 24 horas si los necesito.
24 horas. Ay, ay, tan linda como siempre. Ay, que ven, hijita, pasa.
Amor. Como un buen vecino, State Farm está ahí. Llama para obtener una cotización hoy.
Little man. Yeah. Why are you always trying to one-up me, bro? Me? I thought you was the #1 son. All right. But did you remember to buy the coffee maker from Mom, though? Once again, way ahead of you. Yeah, but I found a better deal. Wait, how? Shop with Google, little bro.
Perfect. What did you get us?
With the click of a pen, you can get a new Volkswagen at the Sign Then Drive event. Sign today and you're off in a new Volkswagen during the Sign Then Drive event.
Senor Mayor, with this tower, I will make Pisa world famous. And you?
Yeah, you can see towers like this in Rome, in Venice, in Florence.
But this one's round.
No, I don't know. Maybe a Red Bull will help you see it from a different slant.
Yes, I got it. We'll build it like this.
Perfetto!
Red Bull gives you wings.
ACC men's college basketball is presented by Food Lion, the official grocer of the ACC. And there she is, the belle of Louisville on the Ohio River. Well, Louisville steamboating Pepperdine here by 30. And it has been just what the doctor ordered for Kenny Payne. Shots are falling. They've played good defense. And a game looming against Kentucky on Thursday night. This is a step in the right direction for the young Cardinals.
They've shot the ball very well. They've dominated the backboards. They've forced turnovers. I'm not sure that at this point, this Louisville team can play much better than they've played today.
Ajayi hits a pair of free throws. He's got 17 and 5. We've had a lot of fun here on ACC Network today. Aria Masudi, Dan Bonner, our entire crew from the Yum Center. Glenn, one of those heralded freshmen, he scores from the right block.
Again, they continue to get the ball inside. Glenn, big, strong kid, just muscles it inside.
Coach Payne's son, Zan Payne, in the game right now for Louisville as well. There he is, 23. Shaken up, took a pop in the face. Huntley-Hatfield's afternoon is done, and he gets a round of applause from the Cardinals faithful.
Well, he tied his career high with 20, had 12 rebounds, so has the double-double. And as we mentioned before, he's got a couple assists, he's got a couple of blocks, only committed one personal foul, so played really good defense without fouling.
Koulibaly hits the front end. Dan, Kenny Payne told us today, we don't want to leave it to interpretation from the outside on if this team is playing hard and scrapping and clawing. What has impressed you most about the Cardinals here this afternoon?
Well, Louisville came out and played with great intensity, and when you play with that great intensity and the shots start going in the basket, it just builds your confidence and your intensity doesn't wane. The most impressive thing I thought was early in the second half when Pepperdine came back and cut it to 7 points. You wondered what Louisville's response would be. Well, their response was to tighten up on the defense. They forced a couple of turnovers. They went on a 10-0 run and put the game out of reach.
And Trey White's into double figures for the 10th time on the year.
And White is a guy we've said before, he's more of a scorer than he is a shooter, and that's just a really nice job to get inside the defense to keep your pivot foot.
He rebounds well for his position. This is his 7th game on the year with at least 6 rebounds. That triple is good for Malik Moore.
Not a lot of offense for the Waves today.
Traveled over 2,000 miles as Glenn couldn't convert the layup. A couple of time zones. They got into town a day earlier than usual to try and acclimate to that time zone difference. It is 11 a.m. start time over in Malibu, where Pepperdine is.
Not a bad deal to go to college in Malibu, huh?
No, have you been to the campus, Dan?
I have never been to the campus. I have seen pictures of it, and it looks beautiful.
I was there over the summer visiting California. It is gorgeous as Aiden McCool comes into the game. It is like going to college on a resort. Unbelievable over there for Lorenzo Romar and Pepperdine. Now both teams bringing in some deep reserves and getting into their depth.
Play has become a little bit sloppy here. Stansbury played earlier, actually made a basket earlier in the game.
Stansbury hits the first as Louisville, again, we look ahead to the game against Kentucky on Thursday night. That is going to be the next real opportunity for Kenny Payne and these Cardinals for a marquee win on the season. Dan, they've played well against some of the bigger names on their schedule. Texas, Indiana, Virginia Tech. They have competed at a high level in all three of those games.
Now they're going to have to compete at a very high level against Kentucky. If they can shoot the ball like this, they can stay in the game against anybody.
No doubt. Kentucky looked very good against Carolina yesterday in Atlanta.
And that's a pretty good North Carolina team, and that Kentucky, you know, they're playing a lot of young kids. It's scary to think about what they might become if they continue to improve.
I like that Cadeau kid quite a bit. The youngster,
North Carolina's got a talented team. They're just still putting the pieces together. I think they're going to improve as the season goes along as well. You know, they had a chance at the end of that game, a very unfortunate turnover. Took away any shot they had and maybe tying it up there at the end.
Well, on this afternoon, Louisville flexes its muscles. It's been a crazy week for the Cardinals, for Coach Kenny Payne. But for 40 minutes of basketball, they took care of business against Pepperdine. And the biggest game of their season upcoming on Thursday. Final few seconds tick off. And Louisville, 5th win of the year, surpasses last season's total. And the